my friend, we're going to be doing My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean at page 14 on the 100 all-time classics for baritone ook. Now, if you've got one of these, it's the same as the top 4 strings of a regular 6-string guitar. So it just doesn't have the E and the A string as the 5 and 6. It has same concept. When you play an ukulele, the shape of a D major would be a G. So what we're thinking here is, G, A, B, C, D. It's gonna be up a 5th. So what happens here is we can modulate or transpose while we go, or we could just read through a book that is built for baritone. This book is, I hope you dig this channel and you subscribe, put a comment below, and talk with the people on the music channel about music-related stuff. Here we go. First thing we do when we look at a piece of music is we look at the first measure. The first measure looks to me like it has no sharps or flats, meaning it is in the key of C major. When we say C major, we say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if we're gonna play that, we'd have a C major, we'd have then a D minor, we'd have an E minor, which we could scoot up thusly, or we could just play the top note here of the 2nd fret. Not top note, actually, lowest note. Right there on the D string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger. Feels great, feels groovy. That would be our E minor. Our F major is gonna be like our 1st finger here, barred on these 2, and then we're gonna make this shape. Now it looks like the E major, but it's scooched up a 1/2 step to hold down for the bar chord. This is the F major. Now you can move this all the way up, a whole step, for the G major, or you could just play the top note of this with the remainder 3 open, the D, the G, and the B, because those 3 alone are a D major triad. D, E, F sharp, G, A. Take away the 2 and the 5, you get the 1, 3, and 5, and that's how you build any major chord. So the first measure has 3, 4. We know that it's in the key of C because it has no sharps and flats. What does 3, 4 mean? It means there are 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. The reason being, when we see the first measure only has that single note, that 1 quarter note, that 1 G tone sounds like this, we look at that and say, we must have to count out the other 4 beats or 3 beats or 2 beats depending on what the measure is. Heck, if it was in 12 and it showed 1 beat, we would count to 11 and start on the 12th beat. So here we go. 1, 2, my body lies over the ocean. That is the first 4 measures. Now, meaning that's going to be a repetitive theme. There will be a rest in the next measure. However, if you look through the rest of the piece of music, most of the melodies are reoccurring. The next one has a rest. We're going to play the G, go all the way up to the high E string. As before, we're going to put our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, playing that D note. We're going to drop down to the C note, and then we're going to be moving nowhere. Hold that finger there. Open. And then we're gonna put it right back on and then go back up to the 3. We're gonna hold that for 3 beats because it is a dotted half note. 1, 2, 3. Dotted means on any note, if you have the value of the note, 2 beats for a half note, and you add half of the sum, it's 1 and 1. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So when we're going through this, anytime that you see these numbers, that's what they mean, or not numbers, but notes. That's what the notation values are. So when we go through the process of seeing these through the note value, that theme keeps reoccurring. Follow the pattern in the book. When you get all the way down to the part where it's saying, bring back my Bonnie to me, those measures are gonna have those dotted holes, but don't feel like they're weird. Just try and syncopate them. You'll know what it feels like when we do the strumming part of this in a second. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That first one feels awkward because it holds it for the same amount, but it's now 2, and then that note shares the beat of the 3. Why? We're in 3, 4. Let's start it from the top of that measure. We're going from the 4th quadrant. Here we go. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then open, open, open. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go over that line over and over again. That's one of the other central themes. It will be repeated all the way till it goes down to the 3rd or 4th to last measure and does the boom, bum, 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 bum. Hold holds out because it has a measure of 1, 2, 3, 1, rest. The reason why there's only 2 beats in the last measure is because the first measure has the 1 beat. Remember, we counted to 3, but we started on the 3rd beat. 1, 2, 3, and then in the end of the song, there's those missing notes. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're looking for the strumming pattern, check out the other video.